All right, BOSA traders, Ninja Trader users, how are you today? Thank you for joining me. Let's switch over to our chart here of BOSA. We are looking at a winner. Yes, another winner in BOSA. BOSA is a spread trading system. It's the only one out there for Ninja Trader. And some people are asking, what is the advantage of trading two instruments at one time? Well, the answer is actually pretty simple. What it does is it detrends an instrument. It detrends one instrument. It makes it an oscillating instrument. If you trade correlated pairs, if you trade instruments that are correlated to one another, sometimes they go out of sync and they come back into sync, then you are detrending that instrument. And that is what BOSA is doing here. It converted a trending 6E and a 6S instrument into a reversion trade. And that's what we want to do in BOSA. We want to find out when they're far out of synchronization, trade them back toward the mean. So the ideal spread trade converts every trade into a oscillating trade, into a reverting trade, a reversion to the mean. So that's what we're doing here, and that's what we did just now pretty profitably. This was plus 200 on the 6E-6S spread. We went short. Let me draw an arrow line. Where's my arrow? We went short. I went short right in this area here, and the price was 11,344, negative 11,344. So we went short right here. This blue dot had just formed. Now we've added, just this week, added a trend signal, a trend reversion signal. When the fast moving average, which is this dotted green line, reverts downward and we're overbought, there's a couple of conditions for being overbought. We see these red dots start forming. These red dots show a trend reversal is in play. We do get a brown short signal. After three of them occur, we went short. Actually went short on the brown signal, so we went short right about here, 344, right about there. Took a little heat, took about $90 worth of heat, but I was very happy to see. I was actually going to go short again if price got up to here. We'll add another contract, another spread. But the price quickly zoomed down into our target and netted us a plus 200 on this trade. So it worked out really well in that regard. There was another trade going on here that kicked my butt for not looking earlier, but right here was a perfect buy setup. Now this is the 6B, which is the British pound against the 6S. And now we do, because that the volatilities of these two instruments are sort of lopsided, uh, basically by a factor of two. I was going to trade two 6B and one 6S. Now, what do I mean by lopsided? Well, think about it this way. I'm going to draw a little rectangle here. We want to trade instruments that are close in volatility in dollars. So you don't want to trade a small ranging instrument, one of those contracts, against a very large ranging instrument, because obviously the large ranging instrument is going to dominate the spread. It's going to knock it out. There's really no advantage to trading them if they're lopsided like that. So if you have a range in one instrument that's like this, and a range in another instrument that's, on a daily range like this, let's say it's two or three times the range, you want to multiply the short range or the small range so that it comes close to or equals the range in dollar value of the large one. So each time three ticks move on the basically called the minor instrument, it wants to equate to roughly one tick movement in the larger instrument. So what we do is we multiply them uh, in order to equate them. It turns out that the 6B has about half the volatility in dollars, in dollar value from high to low, of the 6S. So why would we want to trade one 6B against one 6S? You don't want to do that. So we're going to do 2 6B against 1 6S, and that is how this spread is calculated. So BOSA gives us that information so we can adequately trade these two. And right here is a V dollar ratio. It's a 1.86B to every 1 6S. So we just multiply it by 2. So this is if you were to trade 3 contracts. Now you're doing 2 of the British pound against 1 of the Swiss franc. And right here was a great setup. The buy signal would have come in right when this average turned upward. This is a big winner. This spread here, let's see what the value is. Some reason my calculation isn't coming through here. All right, there we go. So the value here is just 546. Now these are very small risk trades. The risk here is a minuscule, really $115 if you go to the low of that swing. 115, $110, and the target here could have netted us 558. I normally target the midline, so I would have targeted maybe right in here. So just that's 132. So it's a little over 1-to-1 on the reward to risk, but it certainly moved up pretty sharply. Now we do have another sell signal in this 2B16S trade, and that would have gone short right here and targeted here for another $200. Again, we were overbought on the high end. Yellow bars now signify an overbought condition, and going short on the trend signal dot, which is this brown dot, we would have been up roughly $200 on that trade. So, excellent. It was fun today. Had a good time trading. Let me show you one that got away. So this is not a BOSA trade. This is the Lion method. Yep, I trade a couple of systems. One of them is the Lion method. The Lion method relies on what we call the Leto channels indicator. So Leto channels is this thing that's printing these zones in kind of a pinstripe fashion. So this is natural gas. We moved up right here into an overbought condition. We moved down, we moved up again into an overbought condition. And I went short. It's not showing here, but I went short on a breakdown. Let's see. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Went short right here because we were in, these diamonds show us that we're in that overbought region. You see these diamonds, they print across all charts, and went short right here. I had a slight trailing stop that got me out right here. I was up $50 in the trade, so the trade netted me only 50, but that was the top of the move. So we went from here down to here. But look at that. It failed right out of the retest of my entry price. And the natural gas market has been down, down, down the entire morning. This is one that got away. Wow, really has plummeted. It went end to end. We can see that the move carried all the way down here. My target, my initial target, oops, hit the wrong key. My initial target was right here. I wanted to target the edge of the lower oversold level, but the market still has continued to move south. Wow. Hubba hubba. That's quite a move. But Leto Channels did pick the top of that move. Hey guys, I've had a great time going over these trades with you. It's really been a good morning. I hope you're having a good morning too. Please feel free to visit my website, my store.spgtradingcorp.com, BOSA, and Leto Channels. And the whole Lion system is available there. I'm happy to offer you guys a big discount. Yeah. And so hit me up if you have any questions. Email me, ben@sbgtradingcorp.com. It has been fun chatting with you. And I wish you good things in your trading today. God bless you.